There's many parts and pieces to it. I think at the forefront of that is a lack of purpose and connection. If a culture is weak, employees don't really feel a sense of belonging or shared mission. If the office just feel like a physical space that you're going to rather than a place for collaboration and growth, then working from home or remotely becomes more appealing, right? There's no differentiated experience. If you're coming into the office and it feels just like you're working from home, there's no meaningful interactions, there's no mentorship, there's no sense of community, they're not going to see the commute as unnecessary. They're going to think, okay, this is an unnecessary burden as part of my workday. There's also poor trust and engagement. If they don't really trust their leaders and they're not really engaged with their leaders and their teammates, they may really feel disconnected from leadership or undervalued. So it's going to make them less motivated to want to comply with any type of return to the office policies. Part of that also is a hospitality gap, right? If you don't really have a strong hospitality program that focuses on the employee experience, that makes employees feel welcome and supported, if you don't have hospitality elements like concierge services, wellness, or social spaces, the office feels just like a place where you're coming to sit and watch the clock until you get home, right? It doesn't feel like you're having an experience, or it feels experiential. And folks are resistant to change, but culture drives that behavior, right? If your culture doesn't emphasize adaptability and collaboration, they're going to be resistant to change at all times. So return to office efforts always struggle when the culture is weak because they don't see a reason to be there. You have to define the reason for them. Why are we here? Why do we need to commute? We know that we can work successfully from home, so why are we coming into the office? You have to define and communicate a clear purpose. And I cannot emphasize that enough. A clear purpose, the why. Why are we coming into the office? Why does being in the office matters beyond the compliance? Tie the office presence to collaboration, to innovation, to career growth, especially in companies that have that apprenticeship model, right? Where your career growth continues year after year. Use storytelling and leadership visibility to reinforce the mission, right? I'm not just asking you to come in, I'm coming in as well. Make the leaders be visible. And I cannot emphasize this enough. Make the office a magnet, not a mandate. Provide experiences that people are going to want to be a part of, that they're going to want to associate with, that they're going to look forward to. Plan it out. Have a really strong hospitality program. Foster belonging and community. When you walk in the door and someone says, "Good morning, Corey. Good morning, John. Good morning, Ellen. Good morning, Mike," and you feel like you belong there. Someone knows your name. They're taking the time and effort to welcome you. Build a community. But at the same time, you need to let employees know that there's flexibility and autonomy, right? They need to feel that you trust them. So if they have appointments and they have their personal lives that always intersect with their work life, don't come to the office if you got a couple of appointments and you're going to have a more productive workday working remotely. You have to let them know that you trust them and they have autonomy to make the right decisions for themselves. And lead by example. Leaders should be in the office. They should be visible. They should be engaged. They should be talking, walking the floors, talking to people, but you're not monitoring them. You're just collaborating with them. You're checking in on them. Are you okay? Is there anything I can do to help make your workday better? A healthy workplace culture is where employees feel connected, they feel valued, and more importantly, they feel supported. And that physical workplace reinforces those values. What does that look like? Again, clear purpose and shared values. Why are we here? Why are we coming into the office? How does your coming into the office help the company's mission? How does your work contribute to it? I talk about it in terms of bringing the employees on the journey with you. Help explain the vision to them. Make sure they buy into that vision. Make sure they understand it. And make sure that they know what they're doing every day. How does that contribute to the vision? How does it contribute to the shared success of the company? Again, sense of belonging. They want to feel included. They want to feel respected. There's opportunities for social connection, for team bonding, right? We know remote work can be very lonely. You don't feel as if you connect with anyone. Provide moments where there's connectivity, where there's bonding, where, and again, it's informal moments. It doesn't have to be scripted. It doesn't have to be an account. Hey, come to the cafe at 3 p.m. We have cupcakes or we have cookies. Just those informal moments that can form connections, connection points for people. And again, all of this has to be backed by a hospitality-driven environment. The office has to feel welcoming. It has to feel comfortable. It has to be designed for human experience, elevating the experience every single day, not just productivity. You have to be able to have a good experience each and every day that you're in the office. Amenities, wellness programs, concierge support, collaborative spaces, all of that enhances your daily work life. Again, open communication and trust. You have to be able to trust your leaders, believe in their vision, and want to help them execute on that vision. There are simple things that companies can do that can help fix this, and it's a quick fix. Train your leaders and your managers to facilitate inclusive meetings in person, right? Coach rather than monitor. You're not monitoring people. You're not checking to make sure that they showed up today. But when they are there, you're coaching them, you're mentoring them. Do simple things like office hours or breakfast with a leader, right? Have an open door policy where, and again, you want to do it in a collaborative space. You don't want the standard office with a door. You want to have it in an open space where they feel comfortable, where the design of the space lends itself to casual conversation. This is not a conversation about performance or about metrics or about KPIs or about goals. It's about you. It's about the person. It's really connecting with them. Are you okay? How are you doing? Is there something I can help you with? How can I make your day better? How can I help you be better at what you're doing? Again, coach rather than monitor. Do breakfast with a leader. Food is huge, right? In terms of bringing people back to the office. Set a series of breakfasts with a leader. Have leadership talk about what their journey looked like, right? Everyone started off as an intern or as a first year entry-level person. How did you get to where you are? Have the conversations, open, honest conversations. People want to hear that. Especially the more junior folks that are coming into the office and are in the office all the time, how can I get to that leadership position? What was your journey like? What experiences did you get involved with? What mentorship did you do? All of that is super important because it gives you conversation pieces. It gives you a connection point. And maybe there's something that you're getting involved with that your leader was involved with at one point in time. Talk to them, collaborate with them, find some sort of connection point with them. And that's going to make you feel like your time in the office is more valued. It's going to make you feel connected to the company as a whole and to the office. And it's going to make you want to come back day after day.